Upon my humble word, I believe that we all are biased. The society is biased because social ostracism is everywhere in our country, in the world. When I pour over the matters or different situations, I see something which is unexpected. When you talk about, gender equality, and when I travel, when I see buses, when I see trains, I see the compartments of girls that men are not allowed, like dogs. Dogs are not allowed in our country. The Britishers applied that motion, like we are not allowed. Men are not allowed to see. Unexpected in our country. You'd see a constantly standing with a stick, and he's ready to beat you or knock you off. So in this situation, standing in this situation, I don't believe that we are not biased. We are all biased in our country. Now we talk about women. There are many women who are taking undue advantages. I'm not calling every girl on the carpet. I'm not doing that. But yeah, to some extent, to the greatest extent, I believe that women are really taking undue advantages. And how they are taken. For example, I told that on buses, on trains, on trams, on metros. What about men? Men have legs too.
Manik, but in this case, Manik, just to cut you short, that men do not have the menstruation cycle. Women do have. Yeah. You have to consider that fact as well.
But not for every day, right?
Not for every day. You have to take the averages, right? So there are so many women, and that this changes. So basically, what that is in, they do get that advantages, right? They generally get a one seat if you go to the bus, or maybe even for saving men. Like there are different. As Chundi was mentioning, right?
I can take your opinion with a pinch of salt. Why I'm telling you? Because you'd see the mindset. Okay, if a girl doesn't have any problem, if a lady doesn't have any problem, she is not ready to give you a seat. For example, you might be tired, you might be dog tired, or having flackers at a point in time. But you don't see any girl is offering you a seat. But on the other hand, men do offer.
Of course.
Right, so it's a different mindset we all have, right? Women don't have that mindset that they don't want to allow, because there were many cases where from the trains, we happen to find that from the trains, a little boy was thrown outside of the train, and he died. There are many cases in our country. What about the mindset? You cannot get the equilibrium point in your mindset. And to change it lock, stock, and barrel, I believe it is the greatest time for the time being to change these rules and regulations. Why I'm telling you? Because these laws, if you talk about Section 498A, which was introduced in 1983 by the Congress government, I believe it is the time to revoke that matter. Now, how do you see, for example, people are saying that whether you are mentally suffering or not, or the mental trauma or not, there is a test called polygraphic test, perhaps. A polygraph or polygraph? Polygraph test. So we can go for that test, or the lie detector can answer it. All right.
But
drugs are there where you can tell the truth, or only the Dinkum oil will come out from your mouth.
But Manik, in this case also, that the Supreme Court always allows us to opt out, or to maybe whether you can select the narcotic test or not, because we cannot do it for everybody, because we have to put some drugs there.
That should be allowed.
That shouldn't be allowed, because it should be somebody's health.
There are so many ways. Polygraph test is
definitely polygraph test always gives.
Detector is there.
That is the same. Polygraph test also. Polygraph test and lie detector, or rather same. Both are same, but that they cannot give you the exact result always.
But they legally not accept that, court of law will not of course accept that particular evidence.
So in some
particular thing has been sanctioned by the law, but that particular statement is not going to be accepted as a piece of evidence.
Yes, in some cases, sir, it gets accepted.
We need to rack our brain, because it is the time to protect men as well. Because everywhere you find beti bachao, whatever the sounds. What about us? Atul Subhash died. He was crying. He didn't trust the laws. In our country, he tagged on X.com the upcoming president of the United States, Mr. Trump, and Elon Musk. He never trusted, because he had points. And according to his brother, he's saying that, I quote, every law is for women in our country. So it's really something we need to take stands for or against. It is the time to change it. Otherwise, this society can, lose the balance. Right. Now, someone was talking about that women have the equality, we need to give them equality. As I mentioned, that women are really bad leaders. I'm so sorry for that, but I do really feel, because I went through different pieces of evidence on Google, whatever is available, because I mentioned that when the prime minister, the only prime minister, female prime minister of our country, got the power, what she did? She introduced emergency, right? That's why you wouldn't use emergency in our country right now. If there is nothing called emergency in the Constitution of India. There are some different terms for that. All right, now we need to know. See, Lister's also got the power in the UK. So women are really bad leaders. You cannot say that women have to get the chances to be in the army. Come on, they can't do that. If you are told that you have to kill a criminal, you can kill without any further, thoughts and views. But a woman can't. That motherliness will come, right? And here we have to think that women can be a good manager in a house, but they cannot be the good managers when it's about a country or it's about the society, right? They can't be. They can be the helpers. They can assist. Okay, fine. But you cannot make a woman the prime minister of a country. How many cases are there? Right. So whenever it is the time to think that.
So Manik, do you think leadership comes with a gender?
I do believe, although people might argue, but I do believe that men have that power, capability to tackle the situation. So if it's a wartime situation, come on. If you talk about China, China is really, very aggressive. You talk about Bangladesh, it's getting aggressive every day. You talk about Pakistan, it's very aggressive.
But but as you are comparing Bangladesh, as you are saying Bangladesh, previously there was a woman leader, right? So at that point in time, Bangladesh was not in the news in the negative ways, right? Now the prime minister is a man. So now you can see that there is a lot of incidents.
Government is going on, so we cannot take him as a prime minister.
But still, the rules, the regulations which have been, there in that government, that is against humanity nowadays.
It might be.
Then how can you say that a woman cannot be a good leader?
See, I told that their emotions, their motherliness, they cannot work in a wartime situation or in the emergency. When you're facing the existence.
Only female prime minister has won two battles. One is 1971. And
what happened? She helped the prime minister at the point in time. She helped Bangladesh government to that is called Mukti Bahini. Perhaps we helped Mukti Bahini to form a new country. Now, what are we getting from the country? They are living just because of us. They are in existence just because of us. Now, we really, being Indians, we can't be same. Equality, you can't be same. So bias systems are there in our country, in the world rather, and we have to change it lock, stock, and barrel right on the bat if you want, right? And you talk about alimony, right? Someone is talking about alimony. Choni was talking about alimony, right? If the wife has a child, or if the couple has a child, that wife should get the alimony, right? Whatever the palimony is, right? There is no concept of palimony in our country, where husbands must get that money, right? So, trying to see, in most of the cases.
And another point is that why an educated woman will not marry an unemployed man.
Now we are raising the flag of equality, but how many women are there right now in this room are loaded for beer to marry a man who's unemployed? So it's really bogus. It's really mystic. So we should stop it right now, because men and women are not same, and there is nothing called equality in our country, in the world. Thank you so much.